ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ ನಿನ್ನೆಯಿಂದ ನಾಳೆಯವರೆಗೆ ನಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬಹಳ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದ ವೈಭವನ ಮೂಡಿಸುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇಡೀ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು RIPಯ ರೋಟೇರಿಯನ್ PDG ಬಾಲಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮಿಸಸ್ ಬಾಲಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ನವ ವೈಭವ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ತರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಓದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸರ್ ಭಾರಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಂತೀರಿ. ಅದೇ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಗೊಳಿಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಹಳ ಸರಳ ಸಜ್ಜನಿಕೆಯ ಗವರ್ನರ್ ರೋಟೇರಿಯನ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ದತ್ತ, ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಆ ಒಂದು ವೀರ ಯೋಧರಾಗಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ PDG ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಗವರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ DG ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೋಟರಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು, ಯೋಜಿಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ, ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಸಹಕರಿಸಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕವಾಗಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ 3181 ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾತನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿದೆ.
Thank you for those endearing and affectionate words of welcome, sir. We have been blessed and inspired by the presence of a great Rotary luminary, a visionary leader with a distinctive personal and Rotary credentials, most deservingly nominated by RI President, Rotarian Stephanie Urchik.
ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭೋದಯ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಶುಭೋದಯ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. Vikram Datta, past and future governors of 3181, distinguished speakers, distinguished district officials, spectacular performance from yesterday and today, my family of Rotary, guests and friends. Roma and I like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Nava Vaibhava Rotary Janaseva Sammelana Organizing Committee under the dynamic leadership of Sammelana Conference Chair K. Ravindra Shetty and his team for their hard work and commitment in bringing this conference to life. Your efforts are a testament to the spirit of Rotary, fostering fellowship, promoting peace and creating meaningful change in our communities. Please give Ravindra Shetty and his team a big round of applause. On behalf of the entire Rotary International leadership team and our President Stephanie Urchik, thank you, family of Rotary, for your unwavering commitment to service. Your work, your passion and your determination make the world a better place. Let's continue to lead with purpose, inspire with action, and serve with compassion. We are Rotary. Together, we are irresistible and unstoppable. President Stephanie would have liked to be here amongst us, but as you can imagine, she cannot be at 530 plus district conferences, even she could clone herself several times. So, we are here, Roma and I, to represent Stephanie. Let us watch Stephanie's welcome message to your district.
An honor to share this time with you. I am delighted that you are attending your Rotary District Conference. As you meet with members of our family of Rotary, you'll have an opportunity to celebrate your successes. Service drives us. We want to be a part of something larger than ourselves. This event allows us to take our passion for community service to the next level, finding inspiration in each other's accomplishments to bring our service to new heights. This district conference is a special opportunity to inspire fellow members. It is a chance to embrace the action plan so that everyone in our family of Rotary feels a sense of belonging that is so necessary to our success. By lifting each other up, we help create lasting change and bring healing in a divided world. I hope this district conference energizes you and your clubs to give more to each other and to the communities you serve. If we work together and support one another, we can and will change the world with the magic of Rotary.
Thank you, Stephanie. Now, please join Rotary loudly. And together, we are irresistible and unstoppable. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ. We are Rotary. And together, we are irresistible and unstoppable. One more time. We are Rotary. And together we are irresistible and unstoppable. Thank you. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕೋಟ್ನ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. Live as if you are to die tomorrow, learn as if you are to live forever. That is what our Rotarians daily get up and look forward to serving our communities. We create change in our communities and do good in the world. We learn from our successes as well as our mistakes. It is said the best lesson learned is our past mistake. This is an emergency polio ward at Payne Memorial Hospital in Boston, August 16, 1955. Roxana Robinson, a reporter at the Washington Post newspaper, recollects about her mother, Alice Barry, born in 1911. Alice's parents, Sam and Katie, lived in Pennsylvania and had 5 children. Katie took her kids to Connecticut, where Sam's family came from. Alice was the last of 5 children and the only daughter. In the summer of 1914, Katie, while staying in Connecticut, wrote to her husband Sam that all their children had come down with influenza, fever, muscle aches, and pains. Childhood diseases were dangerous before vaccines and antibiotics. Children died from measles, tuberculosis, diphtheria, scarlet fever, whooping cough, and influenza. Child mortality rate were high. In 1900, 1 of every 10 infants in the United States died before their first birthday. The death of a child always casts shadow across the family forever. And the Scovilles knew this well. They had lost their firstborn, Sammy, to diphtheria. He was only 2 years old. Katie wrote that the other 3 boys had recovered, but Alice had awakened one morning unable to move waist from down. Dearest Sam, I scarcely know how to tell you this, but it seems that little Alice cannot move her legs. It is very hard to see her struggling to walk. The polio virus had spread through contaminated water, and it entered the mouth, migrated to tonsil, then the gut. Here the immune system might kick in, antibodies might fight off the disease, as happened to Alice's brothers. But that did not happen to Alice. Roxanne's mother, Alice, was taken to a hospital in Massachusetts where she was treated with massage and hot towels. She was lucky. In a few weeks, her paralysis subsided and she could walk again. Her recovery seemed complete, but she would never recover complete control of her body. As the years passed, the number of polio victims, the number of polio victims kept rising. In the middle of the 20th century, the disease was paralyzing or killing more than 500,000 people a year worldwide. The victims were mostly children. In 1952, there were 58,000 cases of polio in the United States and more than 3,000 deaths. Dr. Jonas Salk produced a vaccine in 1955. The government released it to the public. It was a miracle. In 1957, the number of annual cases had dropped to 5,600, and in 1961 to 161. The vaccine had ended the nightmare. People could breathe again, and the parents, it was a sigh of relief. We have made a tremendous. Now, the wild polio virus remains endemic in only two countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. They reported just 12 cases in 23, and it has gone up since then. This is a major achievement and one to which Rotary and our members have made historic contributions. Through the efforts of Rotary and our partners, more than 3 billion children have been immunized. This means that more than 20 million people who otherwise would have been paralyzed are able to walk. Rotarians and family of Rotary, please give yourself a wide and big round of applause. Of the three types of wild polio virus. Type 2 was certified eradicated in 2015. Type 3 was eradicated in 2019. Today only wild polio virus type 1 circulates in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Let us look at the eradication status. The virus tends to be more prevalent in the areas of insecurity and conflict, and that's where the focus is on Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative's Polio Oversight Board, on which Rotary is represented by the chair of our International Polio Plus Committee, my good friend Mike McGovern, determined in July 2024 that more time will be needed to achieve several goals of the strategy and extend the timeline to achieve both. Now they are thinking of by end of 2027 for goal 1 and end of 2029 for goal 2. Rotary is committed to raising US $50 million per year for polio eradication, and the End Polio Now campaign is the vehicle for that. Today we had the Interact Club of Rotary Club of Bantwala here. They did the End Polio Now with the children and the drop. It was a spectacular sight, and I'm sure the pictures will be shown later. Through our partnership with the Gates Foundation, every dollar that you donate is matched 2-to-1 with the Gates Foundation match. We encourage clubs to contribute $1,500 per year and encourage districts to donate 20% of our district designated funds, which are then matched at 50% by the world match. Let's look at the outstanding and significant contribution by the Rotarians in India.
तो हमको अपना कंट्री पोलियो फ्री नहीं करना, वर्ल्ड पोलियो फ्री करना है। इसको बार बार हिट करना पड़ रहा है। तो ऐसा तो नहीं कि हमारा इतना सब किया हुआ गड़बड़ हो जाए।
Hi, Dr. Verma. How are you? Welcome. It's a pleasure to see you.
India is in a very good place right now in terms of where we are with our polio-free status. Okay, so we're looking now at the SNID coverage data from Shahjahanpur. However, there are countries still experiencing polio cases, and we have to ensure that the immunity level of children in India remains high, ensuring that kids receive polio vaccine, as well as surveillance quality is high. We have to ensure that India does not let its guard down. When we think about what goes into ensuring that we continue to keep up the vigilance against this disease in India, there are many unsung heroes.
देखिए, किसी काम करने से पहले 2 बार एनर्जी की जरूरत पड़ती है, एक बिगिनिंग में, एक एंड में, वरना हम अपने टास्क को नहीं अचीव कर पाएंगे। इसलिए हम लोगों को बिल्कुल भी शोल्डर्स डाउन नहीं करने हैं, रिलैक्स नहीं होना। ये सब करते जब पहली बार ये आया कि इंडिया नाउ पोलियो फ्री, तो कांट एक्सप्रेस एवरी रोटेरियन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड इज कॉन्शियस फॉर द वर्ल्ड पोलियो फ्री, नॉट फॉर द कंट्री पोलियो फ्री।
If you all can stand, please raise for a minute and give yourself a wide round of applause and shake the hand either to the person left of you or right of you. You have done a tremendous and outstanding effort to not only change the children's life one at a time.
$60,000 through our personal contributions plus the Gates Foundation match. We have raised funds by running marathons. Recently, I completed Washington DC Medical Marathon, and this is one of the promo videos of our 5 minutes.
I hear that my friend Washington DC Marine Marathon is running. He's getting a financial incentive. She is giving $1,000 for each mile that he runs. So because the further he runs, the more money we get for the Glory Foundation. And this money is going to be funneled into our code that you see in the money for the Glory Foundation and for our code. Thank you.
I request all of you to open up your heart and open up your checkbook for your now program. This is just a certificate that we received after the marathon. Marathon is one of my passions, but I also have my wife. We celebrate our wedding anniversary today. She continues to support me and all the efforts of Rotary. We are proving not only back to make his mother happy, but I think now he's continuing involved, and he has already been involved for many years. We see Marine Corps Marathon, and we see some of the many officers from the Navy, Indian Navy. And here Stephanie Archik and Presidential Aide, me doing the National Immunization Day. I think Chetan is in the audience. He took me to the National Immunization Day in January of 2020. Magic of Rotary. We are reminded of the profound impact that our collective actions can take. That span over 200 countries with more than 1.4 billion members. Sometimes we get very internally focused. We have not done this, we have to achieve this, we have to do more. But when we heard from my brother that not only the external focus and how he has imbibed all the great great qualities and leadership from Rotary, and today I'm so proud he is one of our own leaders in Modi's administration. Each of us is committed and united in a common world. The need for service and community engagement has never been more crucial. I am continually inspired by the incredible projects and initiatives undertaken by Rotary clubs around the world. Right here in Bangalore, the Lady Boston Hospital and the partnership with the Kasturba Medical College, they say, we visited yesterday and spent several hours, if it was not for Rotary, they could not keep up with state-of-the-art care. So again, and then you have the dialysis equipment to the Mahavir Medical College in Puttur. I'm sure there are members of Puttur Club. Give yourself a bigger round of applause. You also provide eye care equipment and training for here in about 20 degrees Celsius weather, where Roma and I live, it's minus 14 degrees centigrade, about 12 inches of snow. No matter where we are, we rise up, we are resilient, we are strong, and we are committed to our community and the communities around the world. In closing, I want to thank each and every one of you for your dedication, passion, and unwavering support for Rotary's mission. Together, we can and will make a difference. Let us move forward with renewed energy and determination to serve, to change lives, and to create a better future for all. Thank you, and may your conference be filled with inspiration, camaraderie, and shared sense of purpose. Now, please join me in repeating. We can. We can. We must. We must. We will. We will. Let's try to do it better because we all had a very sumptuous breakfast. We can. We can. We must. We must. We will. We will. And let's do it together. We can. We can. We must. We must. And we will. We will. Thank you. And now, if you all can please rise for a quick few seconds. And let me do this first and repeat after me. All you have to do is breathe or come up with the jiva. Okay? Now, we're going to put our hand and clap twice. And when we clap, we're going to say, very good, very good, and you can jump. Rotary! One more time. Very good, very good, Rotary! Thank you.
A stellar lineup of speakers is set to captivate you with their profound insights and rich experiences, bringing to life the true magic of Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, there is so much of energy with balas, exercises, and the sailors in the hall who are feeling the energy already. We are all eager to hear to the hero of the country and who's going to share his thoughts about the Navy and the country and the entire aspects of their experiences in Navy and with Rotary. And before that, a little bit of magic that is going around with us, because since yesterday we've heard this, the magic of Rotary and Navavaibhava. So there is so much of common inferences that we can get. The year we are in, it's 2025, right? So if you add up 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 4 brings what? 9, right? Follow that same line. Everything I ask is going to end up with 9. The biggest congregation of humans on earth right now is happening at a place in Prayagraj, and the event is called Mahakumbh. Mahakumbh happening after 144 years. Add up all the digits, 9. Mahakumbh itself, add up all the digits of the word, the letters in the word, Mahakumbh, MAHAKUMBH, adds up to 9. And right now, we have the Mahakumbh of Rotary District 3181 right here in Mangaluru. And Stephanie, as we see there, is the other president. If you see Stephanie, if you see the letters, it is 9 again. Okay? And Mahakumbh of 3181 in Mangaluru, the place Mangaluru itself is composed of 9. This is not just a coincidence. This, I feel, is a fantastic magic that we are all creating. And with that note, welcome to the plenary session. And we have an elaborate session which is going to inspire all of us. And before we move on to know what it is and who it is, performance by a renowned artist who is international fame. We will see this entertainment by Kulali Ashok. And then we will move on to the plenary session.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೆಂಟ್ಲ್ಮೆನ್ ಕೊಡಲಿ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ತಂಡ.
Amma
That was a touching performance by Polali Ashok. We request District Governor Vikram Datta to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, the sentiments there about mother is not just to do with your from the Navy, Indian Navy. To know more about the speaker and the guest for this plenary session, can we have the presentation, AV presentation to introduce our chief guest for this session, Vice Admiral Ravi-Nair. Can we have the audio video presentation?
Vice Admiral C.R. Ravi-Nair commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1st July. With a career spanning over 3 decades, he has served aboard frontline warships like Krishna, in Skoda, and in Mysore, and has commanded key vessels, including the missile corvette in Skutch, guided missile destroyer in Chennai, and India's largest warship, the aircraft carrier in Vikramaditya. As Fleet Communications Officer of the Western Fleet, he played a pivotal role in the non-combat evacuation of Indian nationals from Beirut during the 2006 Israel-Lebanon War, earning the Chief of Naval Staff Commendation. He later served as Fleet Operations Officer of the Eastern Fleet and led operations ensuring the safety of merchant vessels in the Gulf of Aden and Red Sea, countering piracy, rescuing hostages, and safeguarding critical maritime routes. A member of the Indian Naval Strategic and Operational Council, Vice Admiral Nair has also held significant staff appointments. In addition to duty in 2020, he is also an avid marathoner. Vice Admiral Nair is married to Deepa Bhatt, founder of Communiverse, a center for autism, and they have a son, Uman, a lawyer with Trilegal, and electronic warfare. With a career spanning over 3 decades, he has served aboard frontline warships like Krishna, in Skoda, and in Mysore, and has commanded key vessels, including the missile corvette in Skutch, guided missile destroyer in Chennai, and India's largest warship, the aircraft carrier in Vikramaditya. As Fleet Communications Officer of the Western Fleet, he played a pivotal role in the non-combat evacuation of Indian nationals from Beirut during the 2006 Israel-Lebanon War, earning the Chief of Naval Staff Commendation. He later served as Fleet Operations Officer of the Eastern Fleet and led operations ensuring the safety of merchant vessels in the Gulf of Aden and Red Sea, countering piracy, rescuing hostages, and safeguarding critical maritime routes. A member of the Indian Naval Strategic and Operational Council, Vice Admiral Nair has also held significant staff appointments, including Assistant Chief of Naval Staff, Policy and Plans, and Commandant of the Indian Naval Academy. Academically, he is an alumnus of the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and the
eyes are moist, but our hearts and chest is bloating with pride. And Mr. Venkatesh, retired MD of MRPL and father of Pranjal, to come on stage. And I request District Governor Vikram Datta, Vice President Praveen Nair, RAPR Bala to come on stage, and Conference Chairman Retired Ravindra Shetty, Rotarian Shrikant Shetty is the chairman of Rotary, and
may I also request the vice chair of the conference, Rotarian Dr. Ananthan, to kindly come over to the dais at this very special moment. Dr. Ananthan,
that we are opportune to pay our tributes to our father, to the father who is the son, whose son gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for Mr. Venkatesh.
ಕೊಡಲಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಅವರ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕರುಳಿನ ಒಂದು ಕರೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ಕರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಂಜಲ್ ಅವರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಧಿಸಬಹುದು ಆ ದಿವಸ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ರಜೌರಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಜೀವವನ್ನೇ, ಹೆಂಗಸರನ್ನು, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತ ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳುಹಿಸಿ ತನ್ನ ಜೀವವನ್ನು ಬಲಿದಾನವಾಗಿ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹುತಾತ್ಮರಾದ ಎಂ.ಬಿ. ಪ್ರಾಂಜಲ್ ಅವರು ಕೊನೆಯ ಮೆಸೇಜು ಅವರ ತಂದೆಯವರಿಗೆ, ಅವರ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಅನುರಾಧ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮಡದಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಕಳಿಸಿದ ಮೆಸೇಜು, ನಾನು ಮಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೇನಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ಮಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವರು ಎಂ.ಬಿ. ಪ್ರಾಂಜಲ್ ಅವರು ಮಿಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಿಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಮಿಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Ladies and gentlemen, words fail. We are stammering for words, we are searching for words because the sentiments have overtaken the occasion. And Captain Pranjal would have assumed the role of major in just 1 month. This November is when he was martyred, and in December he would have assumed the role of major. That is the irony of life and the sad situation. But as I said, it is a matter of pride also, because we have the sons of soil who are leading from the front and putting their energy and their lives at stake to see that we are all alive and kicking. Sir, it is now time to hear some thoughts. Over to Mr. Venkatesh. Please share some thoughts with us. And ladies and gentlemen, please occupy your seats.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, women and men in uniform. They were counting 9 today morning. If you count every panel, that's also 9. He was born in Bangalore. Within 2 months, we brought him back to Bangalore. I was employed in Bangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals from 1994 onwards. Pranjal was born July 1985. So his entire life, other than the day he joined the army, he spent his life in Bangalore. He is the Bangalore boy. The M stands for Mysore Venkatesh Pranjal, but the M also stands for Bangalore. The safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, and always and every time. Sir, you must have taken this motto, cheerful motto, and I salute his parents, his family, his wife here, his kids, who have donated Nayasa to the duty call of the nation. Every soldier, there is a cheerful motto, which I learned after Pranjal was admitted into the army. He was passionate to have served his country. We all serve the country in whatever fashion the God gives us an opportunity. But the uniqueness of the defense force is they don a uniform and they take a oath. And that cheerful motto, I think everyone must have gone through that motto. But anyway, I think I should read it today to the August gathering here. The safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. The honor, welfare and comfort of the men you command come next. Your own ease, comfort and safety comes last, always and every time.
Thank you so much. We recognize the presence of Swami Vivekananda. Welcome to you, sir.
We can buy technology from outside. We can buy commodities from outside our borders. Dear citizens, what we can't buy is our soldiers and our defense personnel. They have to come from within us. They have to come from within our community, within our family. What we have seen in Lebanon, what we have seen in Israel, what we have seen elsewhere, it's true, but the fact remains that the soldier among us, within us, is a product of our society, and we have any number of incidences where he or she sacrifices their entire life to the country, to the cause they have dedicated themselves to. We being the parents of such a child, we hand over the child to the defense forces, and that's my experience. It's like dedicating ourselves also to our son or the daughter to the country. So the parents and the society play an equal part in generating such great human beings. They carry weapons, they carry missiles, they carry the grit and glory of the country, but at the bottom of their heart, they too are father, they too are brother, sisters, mothers, and they carry human qualities deep into their core, and I respect our men and women in uniform. I have seen our son very closely, he being our son, but his friends who are in uniform, they are serving the country at this point of time as I speak in treacherous terrain. They are in Gulays, which is -40 or -50, and of course our defense forces are always protecting us. So with these words, I salute the entire community, the Indian community, which generates these kind of personality for us, who will guard our country and safeguard the nation at large. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you very much, sir. All Indians here assembled here, thank you for your words and sharing your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a saying, sailors by duty, heroes by choice. We have one sailor and one hero amidst us, Vice Admiral Bava-9. Sir, over to you, the dais is yours. Please welcome.
3181. So, distinguished guests, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It's a very difficult act to follow speaking after the father of Captain, the late Captain M.V. Pranjal, who sacrificed his life for our country. The service in uniform is a very noble profession, and sacrificing your life for the country, there can be nothing greater than that. And salute you, sir. This is the mother of Captain M.V. Pranjal, and of course Aditi, the wife of late Captain. A big salute to you and your family, sir, for this. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Governor, Mr. Vikram, Rotarian Shri Vikram Datta, for this opportunity to speak here and give you some insights of Indian Navy and about how we ensure maritime security for national prosperity. Just in simple terms, it's about why we do what we do and how we do it, and that is in a nutshell what I'm going to cover for you this morning here. I don't have much of wealth of experience of Rotary like Dr. Bala brought out previous session, but my parents and my in-laws are here in the audience, Lieutenant Colonel G.D. Bhatt and Mr. Bhatt. They've been in the Rotary for the last 30 plus years, so I get to know a lot of what the Rotary does from them. And in fact, my father is from Palakkad, from a place called Palam, but he belongs to the different district, the district 3201 Coimbatore. So I'm not too happy this morning that you seem to be speaking first to your father-in-law and mother-in-law's district Rotary than ours. But all almost and most in the audience are married, and you'll understand that we have to always give first priority to your in-laws and wife. So that's why we are this morning. So with that, let me just begin my small talk, the last 20-25 minutes on Indian Navy and what we do. So maritime security is far more than a military endeavor. It's a critical pillar of national security, and it profoundly influences every citizen of our country. And how? That is something that I will bring out in my talk today. An Indian Navy being the principal guardian of the maritime domain, we play a crucial role in providing this and ensuring that the country continues to grow in the positive trajectory and prosper. And every citizen benefits out of what we do, other than our military role that we do. So just to get to how I'm going to structure my talk, I'm going to be speaking about first I'll give you a bit of your military geography. I think maybe you can sit give you a bit of the maritime geography. I will cover what are the challenges we have in the maritime domain, and I will bring out as to how do we carry out our operations to achieve what we want to achieve. So coming to maritime geography, the Indian Ocean region was the third largest ocean. Almost 36 covers 36 countries live around this area, around across the oceans and seas of this region. 35% of the world population live in this area. Almost 5,000 vessels pass through this region, as you can see. As you can see, the amount of traffic that goes through, almost 120,000 pass through this region over a year. Almost 70,000 goes to the Malacca Strait, which takes you into the South Asia and South China Sea. And if you look at the statistics, it's quite vast. You find 66% of the oil that flows to the region, whether to Europe or to China, to Japan, all these passes through the area. Almost 50% of the container shipment passes through this region, and almost 1/3 of the bulk cargo, that is the commodity which is transferred, which goes through the region. So that is how critical it is to the world, this entire region that you see. And if you look at the region one bit more closely, the maritime domain that you see, there are 7 choke points. When you say choke points, the geography is such that any vessel has to enter or leave through the Indian Ocean, whether to move to Europe, from Africa to Europe, Africa to, from Europe to Asia, to the other side, to the South China Sea and the Pacific, they have to go through either one of these choke points. And it's very critical that any disruption in this traffic through this area can lead to major disruption as far as availability of goods are concerned. Just to give an example, in 2021, there was a blockage of the Suez Canal which happened just for 6 days, and that kind of impacted more than $60 billion of worth of trade that had to pass through the area from Africa and Asia to Europe, and from Europe to the side. So that's the kind of impact you have because any disruption in this area. So what we normally do is we position ourselves in this area to ensure that there is safety, and it's not something that we can do on our own because you see that area is very wide. That is where you find there are almost 54 to 60 odd ships from almost 15 to 60, almost 16 plus nations that are operating through this region, and at any given time you will find their position, whether they are in the Persian Gulf, they are in the Gulf of Aden, they are in the South Indian Ocean or of Malacca. You find that all these nations, because all their interests, like I said, pass through this area, whether it is oil or trade commodities, so everybody gets affected, and that's why you find that their ships are also positioned in this region. Coming to India, India is a maritime nation. We always have been focused towards the northern boundaries because of our adversaries, but if you look at how we are structured, we have almost 11,000 kilometers of ocean, coastline that we have. Almost 1,400 islands belong to us. So in one way, the national prosperity is linked to our ocean, because you find that, and I will come to it as to how we do it. And in fact, there is a lot of acknowledgement in the Indian government about how Indian Ocean has, there are a lot of linkages of history and how the trade used to flow from the 1500s and before. But now you say that the future also would depend on how when we secure our seas around this. So, just to give you in a nutshell as to, if you see the figures, almost 95% by volume and almost 68% by value travels through these waters. So whatever comes in and goes out, mainly if you see the percentage is going through the seas around us. And that is why I say that our economic prosperity is linked to peace and security in this region. If you look at the import of trade, almost 230 million tons were imported in the last 1 year, giving the figures of 23-24. And out of that, if you see, we had 57 coming from the western side and 39, and the figures went up because you would have read about it that when there was a lot of stoppages and there was a lot of issues with respect to the things moving from the west. So here we had diversified our oil interests and we started getting more oil from Russia, and that's how the figures went up. So that we don't put all eggs in one basket and our energy requirements are met throughout without any interruption. If you look at one more challenge that we have is almost 13% of the people who are working on merchant ships which are flying through the entire world are Indians. After Chinese and the Filipinos, we have the Indians. So almost you say that 1 person every 3 ships which passes through the area has got an Indian on board. And safety of every Indian is our country responsibility, and that's where we come in. So each and every ship that flies through the area is the merchant ship carrying cargo, carrying oil. We are responsible to ensure their safety, and that is the big challenge. So coming to the security challenges that we have, so can be broken down into traditional challenges and non-traditional challenges. So what are traditional challenges? Traditional challenges, you have what you say in the military domain. We have Pakistan, which is our main adversary in the northwestern side. Then you have the Chinese, who are another adversary. About 10-15 years back, you would not have heard about about 15 years plus, you would not have heard about the Chinese in our waters much. But more and more you would hear that the presence of Chinese ships, the research vessels, the fishing traffic, all of them are here. And just to give some, Pakistan, you see that it's been modernization, a very small navy, but over the last few years they've been modernizing, and and of course we always have concerns about their covert and overt relationship with China. With China helping them build their ships, helping them build their submarines, and of course helping them financially in all matters. China, if you see the figure on top, those what you see in yellow are all the countries with which they're generally having good economic and political relationships, and they're also they're looking at having bases. They never had a single base, military base in this area, but now they have one base in Djibouti, and they have also looking at other bases. And why is that? Because they are the largest importers of oil, and the majority of their oil goes through these waters. So it is in their interest that they want to secure the sea lines of communication that passes the area. That is why they are here. And over the years you see that the numbers, and once you find that the numbers of ships go up, there always is more interactions, and interactions can lead to frictions, and that is where issues can come up between the countries, what you're seeing in South China Sea. Of course, they initially started by having anti-piracy patrols here, which now almost the 48 task force is here. They maintain for about 3 months, and the next one replaces them. A lot of research vessels are there. The submarines have been coming to the area, but that is something which we as a military take care of, and these are the research what they do. But what we will be interested in the non-traditional challenges that we face. If you look at the non-traditional challenges, you have maritime terrorism in water, you have piracy, you have unregulated fishing that happens, there is drug menace. Then of course you have issues with respect to climate change. We release a lot of disaster relief. Almost 50 to 60% of the natural disasters happen in the Indian Ocean region, and that leads to a lot of our efforts in providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. Just just to give a broad brush on the maritime terrorism, anything that happens at sea is like manifest because of the issues in land, whether it is political instability, civil war, unemployment, those kind of issues is what leads to. Just one example, the recent example is what happened because of the Israel-Hamas war, which is happening there, while the Houthis in Yemen decided that they want to support, and they started indiscriminately carrying out attacks on the merchant ships which are passing through the Gulf of Aden and the northwestern Arabian Sea. And mainly they were targeting the ships which belong to Israel and people who are allied with them. But however, we found that obviously the identification not very easy, so if they were hitting merchant ships which were coming to India or leaving from India, and that is where we got deployed and really aggressively deployed to ensure that we are able to provide protection to our ships. And what did it lead to? These kind of indiscriminate attacks on merchant ships flying through that area led to a lot of traffic which goes through the Suez Canal, which passes through the Red Sea, and this area completely got reduced, and the traffic had to move through the Cape of Good Hope. So that what it led to was the increase in the distances. When it increase the distances, it leads to the cost factor going up, the cost of commodities went up, the cost of oil went up, and a lot of there was delay in the goods that were being transported because the industry held on to the stock thinking that the situation may improve, and then they, that led to stocking up, which led to freight charges going up, and of course the insurance premium also goes up. When the insurance premium for the merchant ships go up, of course it gets added on, and every individual it gets affected because the commodity prices go up, the price of oil goes up, and that is how anything that happens at sea, and if the sea is not secure. Now you look at, this is just a depiction of how the traffic used to be earlier, and thereafter when the problem started and it happened, the drone and the missile attacks and the piracy increased, you can see how the traffic started moving from Africa coast, and the traffic reduced completely, passing through whether the Red Sea and going up to the Suez Canal. And that of course also delays almost by 14-15 days the transit of oil or items that are going. And the Red Sea is very critical for Europe because almost 12 to 13% of their trade goes through the area. Almost 7 million barrels transported through Red Sea. You can imagine that if the traffic goes down by 50% because of fear of any attack, how much it affects those countries. As far as India is concerned, we had high impact in some cases. In the case of potash, fertilizers coming from Israel and Jordan got delayed. The prices went up. There were disruptions in the basmati rice supply, tea, and all the other commodities. The disruption in the supply of that. So those are the kind of impacts that our country faced, and it would have been much worse if the Navy had not deployed their ships to ensure that there is safe passage for our merchant ships that are passing the area. And at one given time, there are almost 20 plus ships deployed, and this is something that I will mention. Now, what also led to these kind of event because of this missile attacks happening on the merchant ships and most attacks happening in the Red Sea, the ships that are set from the other navies, the US Navy, the French Navy, they were deployed in the Gulf of Aden. They moved into the Persian Gulf to protect their interests, and that is when the Somali piracy, which you should have heard of earlier, which started in 2018, had reduced because of the aggressive actions by the navies of the world which were operating off Somalia. They also reared their head and they came out, and the piracy restarted in the area. That again, ships have to be deployed for that. So this is a picture of the time when the piracy had initially started, and if you see the circle, you find that over the period it had increased, and in 2010 it had reached very close to our coastal waters. And that means the pirates were able to come up in here and hijack any ship and take it back to Somalia and ask for ransom. And like I said, the cascading effect was the ship started taking the longer route, avoiding the coast of Somalia, and then of course the prices went up and insurance premiums went up, and all those effects which I mentioned kept happening. So this is something which had gone off till 2017. Almost the piracy of Somalia completely stopped, but this manifestation of issues happening between Israel, Houthis, Hamas led to the piracy coming up again in Somalia, and that's something in control, but it would still hear. But in the month of last year, from January to May, June, we had plenty of incidents which we had really aggressively tackled. Of course, then you have the drug trafficking menace which happens once the US left Afghanistan and went off, that kind of gave an opening for the the drugs and things to move. It mainly moves on the Makaran coast from Pakistan. From there it comes down and then goes all the way to whether to Gulf or to the Europe and again through these waters. Of course, illegal unreported fishing is a big issue where you find that indiscriminately happening, and Chinese are again in the lead. And what you see in the figure are those blobs of satellite pictures of what the lines that you see are the exclusive economic zone, which is exclusive to a country. Goes to about 200 nautical miles, almost roughly about 400 kilometers. So the lines that you see are for the country, and where you find the circles is where the Chinese vessels operate. So they're very smart in operating beyond the exclusive economic zone of a country so that they don't get legal bindings. But they are in huge numbers and they mainly come for squid fishing. And when you come for squid fishing, it affects the tuna. And tuna is what is mainly supplied in most of our region. And that is how the kind of effect you have. But if you understand how the maritime legalities work, beyond 12 nautical miles is high seas, and beyond 200 nautical miles is beyond your exclusive economic zone is high seas, so you don't have much jurisdiction over it. But when they exploit it in such a manner, unregulated manner, it obviously has effect. So these are the kind of fishing vessels which are the Chinese fishing vessels operating in the area. Huge squid diggers which you find in plenty, and like I said, it affects the smaller fishermen which go out and they are not able to kind of challenge these big vessels. Climate change has led to a lot of things. If you see, the figures have really gone up over the last 10, 12 years, and led to more cyclones in the area, almost 31 in the west, which was hardly heard of earlier, and about 57 in the east. East was always prone to cyclones, but with the climate change, the number of intensity and the number of cyclones have really gone up, and that leads to Navy getting involved in helping out in humanitarian assistance in these regions. So, mentioning all this, now how do we do it? How do we do what we need to do to provide security for in our maritime domain? So, Navy per se is divided into two commands, operational command. We have one more command, the Southern Command, which is of the training of officers and sailors in the Navy. But primarily, the entire region is divided into east and west. And these two commands look after the security operations. And how do they do it? Is the ships and submarines are deployed on mission-based deployment. Because like you see, the region is huge. So this whole area cannot be covered fully. So what we do is our areas of interest is where we position our ships, and they are patrolling 24/7. As we speak today, ships are deployed in all these regions which are marked in red, looking out and providing security to our traffic that moves through that area and keeping our sea lines open. And these are done by ships and submarines which are deployed. Now, like I said, since the area is huge, you can't have the ships deployed in all the places, so we use our maritime surveillance aircraft, whether it's E-8Is, which are going aircraft, Dorniers, and UAVs, which we use to cover these areas, and they have a pattern where at any given time the entire area is kept under surveillance so that we are able to take action as soon as possible in case some untoward incident happens. Now, apart from using our own resources, we also have tie-ups with organizations and countries for exchange of white shipping traffic. Because like I said, 1,20,000 odd ships are transiting through the area. It's very difficult to identify and monitor each of it. But they originate from some country, are heading to any destination. So these kind of agreements help, and this is some center we have in Delhi where they monitor 24/7, 365 days each and every merchant traffic ship that is going, the identity, what they are carrying, and that is facilitated by having such kind of arrangements with countries and organizations which have information on all these. The operations, particularly what we involved in the last 1 or 2 years, because of all issues, is of Sankalp, which was basically initially for providing protection to our merchant ship, which was coming from the Gulf of, from the Persian Gulf. But after this recent war which started a year and a half back, we had to expand the scope of Operation Sankalp and deploy them to provide protection for our merchant traffic and keep us in the communication from the indiscriminate firing of missiles and drones which was happening by the Houthi rebels mainly. Our Operation POG, which is the Patrol of Gulf, which has started in 2008, is continuing, which basically was looking at initially the piracy of Somalia problem, and that continues. And in fact, like I said, a lot of other countries also have the ship version in the Gulf of Aden for providing protection against pirates. And of course, we had to extend it to the box down below, covering all the way up to Seychelles, where we had to deploy ships when the menace of piracy again reared its head in the last 6 to 8 months. So like I mentioned, in 2008, we were doing this anti-piracy patrol. Our 100 ships have been deployed, and the figure that you see is about 4,500 merchant ships have been securely allowed passage through this area. Now, Sankalp, for the last 1 year, the kind of operation that we had to do, you had to, what you can see on the right, the merchant vessel hit was a missile, was on fire. Our ships which are deployed and mission deployed in the area went, helped the, some of you have served in merchants, you know the number of people on board are very less. 25 to 30 people are manning a 1 lakh ton, cargo or a container carrier. They don't have the wherewithal to fight fire. Our sailors and officers went from the ships which are deployed close by, helped them fight the fire. Some who had abandoned the ships were rescued by helicopters, brought to our ships, taken to the nearest port, as you can see in the picture, and a few had died during the operation. And of course, when the pirates carried out attack and took any ship hostage, there were 2 incidents where we managed to rescue them. That one was the *Lina-2025 and one is the *Lna-2025. Of course, we rescued a lot of fishing boats since we were deployed in the area. We rescued a lot of fishing boats which were taken by pirates, and we managed to maintain the pirates, make them surrender, and in fact quite a lot we brought them to the country. And of course, in all this towards ensuring safety of our mariners, it gave them confidence to take the ships to the waters so that whether it's oil or trade commodities could reach our shores much faster than it would have normally taken if it had come through the Cape of Good Hope. So this is a major operation that we were involved in, where we managed to rescue this vessel MV Ruin, which was flying in for 3 months. She was held hostage, and when they took it as a mothership, the pirates took it as a mothership, we were able to intercept it and rescue those the crew members and arrest those pirates and bring them back to India. And this was a major operation. The crew was Bulgarian, and all of them were rescued. The Bulgarian president thanked the Prime Minister and for rescuing the ship. And that is something which gave the Indian Navy also a lot of visibility with respect to the kind of proactive action that we take. So these are the figures of ships that are deployed for Op Sankalp. You see almost 5,000 people, over 16 ships have been deployed. We had investigated over 1,000 fishing vessels. And if you look at the number at the end, the 85 lakh tons of Indian cargo, which have been safely transported because of the security and the safety that our ships provided, and that is something which we are really proud of. Apart from that, our ships get involved in humanitarian assistance, disaster relief. What you see in the figures are, I mentioned, of Sukkur, which happened when in 2005-06 there was the Israel-Lebanon war. We had brought back almost 3,500 Indian citizens from Beirut in Lebanon back to our country safely. Again, when there was a civil war in Yemen in 2015, we had Operation Rahat, and we managed to bring our citizens back again, almost for 3,000 plus. And of course, when the COVID had happened, our ships were used to transport oxygen containers and cylinders country and also help out other smaller countries in the region which don't have the wherewithal for transporting and getting all these things, and that is something which we had helped out Iran, Maldives, Sri Lanka, and the ships kept flying up and down despite all the challenges of COVID. And as recent as 2023, when there was civil war in Sudan, again our ships were deployed to bring back Indian citizens back from Sudan, the country, and that gives a lot of confidence of our citizens who are in different countries that if there is a problem there, our military and our country is there to bring them back safely to where they belong. And of course, since I mentioned about climate change, this is what you see, the number of cyclones and where our ships are to be deployed to carry out disaster relief. Right across, and that is a huge challenge when you have. That is why you find that we always Navy is in progressing in a very rapid pace as far as the number of ships are concerned. We just had 3 of them which got commissioned very recently, and we have a 140 ship Navy. We very soon going to be a 175, 180 ship Navy in the next 10 years. And why do you need to grow like that? It also has to grow because of the figures that I've shown you, the requirements that will grow. And of course, it is aligned to the Prime Minister's call of security and growth of the region. Is acronym for this SAGA, which our country believes that not just us, but we have to provide all the facilities and allow the neighbors also to grow the way. And for that, whatever we can do, whether it is humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, or any kind of eventualities like COVID happened, we are there to help them out. So, I just want to leave you with this thought that as we grow, as a global power, it's very important that the sea lines are protected, and the Navy is committed to ensure that the sea lines are protected by all means, so that our citizens are not affected by the troubles which I brought out can happen if the seas are not secure and the sea lines are not safe for transporting our oil and goods. So that's all I have to bring out in my talk. Hope it gave you an insight into what the Navy does and why we do things. Thank you so much. And in the end, once more, I would like to thank the District Governor and his team of organizing this district conference this year for the opportunity, for allowing me to be here with you all and give insight to what it is. Thank you so much and wishing you the very best for the conference.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, District Governor Vikram Datta. Past District Governor Bhaskar, please come on stage, sir. And request IPDG Keshav also to come on stage. And Mrs. Deepa Bhatt on stage. Thanks for gracing the occasion and joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's from the Indian Navy, Vice Admiral Praveen Nair. The next session coming up very soon. This is Lieutenant Rakesh signing off for this session. Thank you very much. Over to the next session.
We will request Captain G.D. Bhatt to kindly come over to the dais. Captain G.D. Bhatt.
Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that we belong to a service organization. But how often do we remember that service, when it comes from a place of love and compassion, can become spiritual? And therefore, for this session, we have two slots. The first is a dance performance by Dr. Anusha. And the second session, we have a talk by Puja Swami Veerabhadraji. Dance is also considered as a spiritual practice and seen as a way to connect with the divine. Dr. Anusha is a daughter of DGN Rotarian Satish Bora and Rotarian Pramod Bora. A house surgeon at the Abbakka Dental College and Hospital, Bangalore, Dr. Anusha received her training in dance from Ulla Vidushi Rajesh, under whom she is currently pursuing a degree in Abbakka. Dr. Anusha, the stage is yours.
माणिक्यवीणा उपलालयन्ती माणिक्यवीणा उपलालयन्ती मदालसा
Governor, Rotarian Vikram Datta, to come onto the stage. May I also invite our DGN Rotarian Satish Bora and Rotarian Pramoda Satish Bora also to come onto the stage. That's PDG Guru Raj felicitating Dr. Anusha. Dr. Anusha is one of ours. It's a real pleasure. In many spiritual traditions, actively serving others can be a significant part to realizing God. But how can we do this? To show us the path, we are privileged by the presence of Swami Veerabhadranandaji of Ramakrishna Math, Alapura. Let us now get to know him, this multifaceted personality, over an audio-visual presentation.
Swami Veerabhadrananda is a revered monk. He joined the monastic order and was initiated by Srimad Swami Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj, a direct disciple of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. His journey began in Khetri, Rajasthan, at the historic palace where Swami Vivekananda stayed. It was here that Raja Ajit Singh Bahadur, Swamiji's disciple, gave him the name Vivekananda and sponsored his journey to America. This deep connection with Swami Vivekananda's legacy profoundly shaped Swami Veerabhadrananda's spiritual life. In 1988, he formally embraced the vows of sannyasa. Since then, he has dedicated his life to spiritual teaching, addressing audiences in Tamil, Malayalam, and English. He has spoken extensively across Tamil Nadu, other parts of India, and even internationally in countries like Sri Lanka, Australia, South Africa, Mauritius, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Bangladesh. Swami Veerabhadrananda has also made significant contributions to spiritual literature. He has authored books in Malayalam, including Meditation on Sri Sarada Devi and Meditation on Sri Ramakrishna, and a Tamil book, Sri Sarada Devi Dhyana. He has also produced guided meditation CDs like Mananam in English and Swami Vivekananda Dhyana in Tamil. His outreach extends to the youth, with initiatives like his book Youths, Few Minutes with You, released by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam during the National Youth Day celebrations in 2013. He also founded the annual Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhakta Samit.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Chennagiridira, in good mood, after the dance, your mind is in an ecstatic mood, I hope. No response? Yes. Keeping the mind in an ecstatic mood is the very beginning of the charity. Whenever you are morose, Vivekananda says, never come out of your room. By being cheerful and happy, it takes you more near to God than any prayers can. So cheerfulness is a very entrance for all charitable activities and feelings in our life. I feel privileged and blessed to be here, taking part in the Rotary International District 3181 meeting. I have been taking part in many of the Rotary Club meetings in Tamil Nadu, in Kochi and other places. So it's a pleasant visit for me to be here. But what surprised me was, what's the question I am going to ask Mr. Vikram ji, what the ochre robe or a sannyasi has a role in these activities? Out of fun, humor and curiosity, what is expected? One cordless mic also you can keep.
As I discussed during my talk with you, my basic intention was to motivate all the Rotarians to more charity and more generosity. That is what you have given everything to the society. You have given up everything. You left everything, family and all the thing, and you have become sannyasi. So that is the one. The people like you can motivate. Rather, as a Rotarian, it's difficult to convince the people, but you have got the strength and vision, so which will give more motivation to the people.
Wonderful. Give a clap. That is what makes him Vikram. Vikram is valorous. Our life also is a valorous life because we have jumped into the unknown. It requires tremendous guts and courage to enter into this sannyasa monastic life without maritime security for us. Our life has got no security from any quarters except the divine security and total reliance on one's own strength and in the strength of God's grace. First of all, my namaskarams to all of you. Hearty namaskarams to all of you. May the Almighty God give to all of you, the Rotary officials and the persons associated with the wonderful charity work they are doing, good health, joy, peace, prosperity, and all auspiciousness may come to all of you. That's my prayer. I express my appreciation, admiration, and congratulations to the wonderful work that you are all doing, breaking down at the physical level the frontiers, breaking down the walls, the compound walls of the frontiers is very, very essential for the extraordinary and excellent survival of humanity in the coming ages. How to break down the walls. That is the great aspect of India's Advaita Vedanta. How to break down the walls. Advaita Vedanta also is a bulldozer. Breaking the barriers of religion, barriers of nationality, barriers of caste, creed, and all the discriminations human mind can conceive of. And if you can break down the walls, Rotarians also can become Paramahamsas. I belong to the Paramahamsa Sampradaya, which was started long ages before and codified by Adi Shankaracharya. And my master, the leader for my spiritual life, is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa is one who is charitable on all sides. He doesn't bother to which religion you belong, to which nation you belong, to which race, color, caste, creed you belong. That's how the word, the sentiment was codified as Vasudeva Kudumbakam. If anybody asks, Swamiji, what is your birthplace? I normally don't answer. Because we have broken down those barriers. The moment you tell your birthplace, when I was in Malaysia, this incident happened. They told Swamiji, in Malaysia we have Malaysia Malayali Association, we have got Malaysia Tamil Chandam, Gujarati Association of Malaysia, Bengali Association of Malaysia. Where is the Indian Association? Where are the Indians? It's a beautiful thought, is it not? We will be coming into these thoughts as part of the charitable mindset one has to develop. I I will try to read out, because as we start talking, thoughts have got their own wings. So we may step out of our time limit. For safety and security, I will try to read out the thoughts that I have jotted down to share with you. Before we begin the thought sharing session, I wish to suggest that 3 messages I will be expressing, which you can take it as a gift from Swami Vivekananda's Thought Charity Center. The first one is the enlargement of the heart. Though medically it is not advisable to have heart enlargement, but from the point of humanity, from the point of spiritual life, heart enlargement is the very entrance, the door to all the spiritual blossomings and the charitable activities that are going to extend from a person. Second is the thought transplantation. And the third is the Vidya Dhanam. These 3 aspects you will have to take as the thought sharing process capsules. Heart enlargement is required, thought transplantation is required, and that can take the magic of lottery to the next dimension of charitable activities. We do retinal transplantation, kidney transplantation. How to create a thought transplantation in the human mind? Because thoughts rule the world, ideas create revolution. Ideas are the seeds for inventions and transformation of an individual and national life. But how far the Rotarian officials will accept and agree to these ideas, I do not know. So bringing me here and expressing the beautiful idea that a new vision can unfold from the spiritual domain indicates that unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, voluntarily or involuntarily, Mr. Vikramji and the entire group are moving towards the spiritual aspect of human life. What after all is spirituality? If such a question is put, is there a cordless mic? Achha. Okay. Latama, what will be your answer? What is spirituality? What would you expect from the word spirituality? Because normally I don't allow passive audience. Because one of the listeners who used to come to my talks, that lady remarked, Swamiji, after coming to your talks, my health has improved. I told, how come? After first 10 minutes, I get very good sleep. Last 3-4 years, I am suffering from loss of sleep. Insomnia has attacked me. But every time I come to the ashram on Sundays and listen to your talks, after 10 minutes, slowly the mind becomes quiet. And I go into slumber. So the health has improved. So that's one of the benefits. What exactly you will be expecting from the word spirituality? Huh? Yes. On. Yes. Dhyan, meditation. That's good. That's part right answer, but not the total answer. According to Vivekananda, spirituality is the ability to find solutions to the problems of life, both internal and external. Because as you know, wars, before they are fought on the outside world, first they are conceived in the human mind. Why is human mind always building walls instead of breaking the walls? When we build the wall, then the you and me comes psychologically. Then the boundaries come. Pakistani, I am in India. You are a Russian and I am in Ukraine. All the divisions come into being and then the war starts on the battlefield. But before that, it is conceived in the human mind. So can we tackle the problem, internal problem, before the external problem props up? Because war is an internal problem in the beginning, then it comes out and expresses itself. So spirituality is the ability to find the solutions to the problems of life, not vibhuti alone. Vibhuti is okay, dance is okay, Lalita Sahasranamam is okay, everything is okay, but the real, the gist, the gem of spirituality is, can you use the indomitable power that is already inside a human being, which assures the infinite possibilities of a human being. We have infinite possibilities. We will come into that also. Why are we not utilizing the infinite possibilities that are inside us for solving the world problems? Both at the individual level, it is a very tough task and a demanding effort that is required from our side. So we will enter into this. So spirituality is the ability to invoke the power inside to solve the problems of life. As per the theory of evolution of Darwin, from amoeba we became the human being through the process of chimpanzee and monkey. Where was the power lying? Amoeba itself had the power inside, involution, and from there the evolution has come. Just like the power in every proton, neutron and other particles, power is inside all of us. We have become amoeba to Adam and Admi. So power is inside all of us. This is the deduction of our Vedanta. Spirituality says power is already inside you. It is only manifesting as you remove the barriers. Water is in the lake. If we can open the sluice gate, water flows into the river. This is Patanjali Maharishi, the great advent of yoga, says, Tataha Kshetri Kalavat. The reservoir is full of water. Remove the gate, the water flows. So the obstacle is a sluice gate. Similarly, in our mind also there is an obstacle, and therefore the infinite possibilities are getting obstructed. Remove that through knowledge, through meditation or through cogitation, then the power flows. Then you can also become God. It is not that only a few persons are supposed to become God. And Vivekananda says, if laws are not universal, damn to the saints and sages. If they alone can become saints and sages, what is the use of these spiritual laws? In the famous book Raj Yoga, he says, Samadhi is not the birthright of any particular individuals. Everybody should be able to go into Samadhi state and become a saint. Even the dog on the street should be able to go into Samadhi and become a saint. Otherwise, yoga is useless. So there is infinite possibilities assuring infinite success and glory to all of us. So the theory of evolution, Darwin takes up to the physical level. This is the first stage of magic. On the physical level, the second stage of magic is when a cultured man, ordinary man, becomes a cultured man, and the cultured man becomes Buddha man, Christ man, Krishna man, or Vivekananda man, or Mahatma Gandhi man. That is the next stage of evolution. Man is not a physical entity alone. We have got thoughts, we have got feelings, we have got hundreds of other dimensions to our personalities, which can unfold if the second level of magic can be started at the next domain of activities by Rotary Club. How far they will be willing to accept and act on it, it is left to their rules and regulations and the officials' mindset. So the spiritual evolution is the next stage which necessitates the enlargement of heart. Once during his Parivrajaka days, Swami Vivekananda, seeing the pitiable condition of India, was so much grieved. He told one of his brother disciples, Swami Turiyananda, I do not know what your spirituality or religion talks about God and other things. It's a very strange conversation because Vivekananda came to Sri Ramakrishna as a young college boy, very dynamic and very intelligent, to ask one single question: have you seen God? Does God really exist? And he got the answer that God does really exist, throwing a tremendous challenge to science. And Sri Ramakrishna told, who weeps for God? If you weep, you will get God. And Vivekananda saw God after weeping. He was a man of tremendous scientific temperament, constantly doubting and questioning Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna gives a formidable answer. I can see God, I am seeing God more better than I am seeing you. And you also can see God. After seeing all this and having godly experience, Vivekananda in Mount Abu says, Turiyananda, I don't know what your religion or spirituality talks of, but I have started to feel for human beings. My heart has expanded. I feel the miseries and sufferings of the people. I don't understand your religion or your spirituality. I feel I have become one with this universe, and the entire burden of the sufferings of the universe is in my heart, and I feel I am going to explode. And Vivekananda writes in the letter, this ghost of the feeling took possession of me, feeling for the millions and millions of suffering Indians. And it was that which took me to America. How beautiful. In the literature of Vivekananda, three strong, powerful words come out like bombshell. One is strength. That was his favorite word, strength. Strength is life, weakness is death, constant strain and misery. Physical strength, mental strength, moral strength, intellectual strength and spiritual strength. And Dr. Kalam has picked up, without strength, no country listens to you. What a beautiful statement, is it not? Without strength, no other country will listen to you. They don't bother whether you are spiritual, whether you chant Vishnu Sahasranama, or you have Kumbh Mela or anything. Strength, my boy, strength is what is required. And Vivekananda was a great worshipper, a messenger of strength. The next powerful word that used to come out from Vivekananda Sahitya is fearlessness. Tremendous fearlessness. He says, are you fearless? Fear is the cause of all evil in this world. What a tremendous observation. Fear is the cause of all evils in this world. Fearlessness brings heaven this moment. It is benediction. And the next beautiful word comes that has touched me deeply, and which I feel is the very essence, the core of spirituality, which the Rotary Club has accepted, is feeling. This word feeling is one of the words that comes out from Swami Vivekananda's literature as a bombshell. Feeling. Again and again, from his famous lectures from Colombo to Almora, he will be asking this question, do you feel, my dear countrymen, that millions and millions of your own countrymen are suffering in hunger and thirst and misery and ignorance? Do you feel? Do you feel India is your country? What a shame that after all our graduation, post-graduation, we can't keep our country clean, is it not? Prime Minister has to teach us. And we are all big officials, big CEOs. We can't keep our country clean. We can't feel for our country. Feeling, please note it, is the fragrance of divinity. Feeling is the fragrance of divinity. Remove this feeling, every mother becomes an ordinary woman. Is it not? It is this feeling that makes it, transforms an ordinary woman into a mother. Do you feel? Why a Prime Minister should teach me how to keep my country clean? Is it not a shame? We have got wonderful dress, we have got wonderful buildings, we have got wonderful qualification. What a stupid mind. I don't know where to spit and where not to spit. I don't know that I should clear the lavatory after going to the toilet in a train. Once I was traveling in Tamil Nadu in the first class AC from Chennai to Trichy, and before the Tiruchirappalli station came, the cleaners have come, and one of the cleaners was asking, sir, it was in Tamil, why do educated people like beggars travel in the first class AC? Because after taking a cup of coffee, half-filled coffee, he has thrown the cup under the seat. The coffee has spilled over the floor of the train and the scavenger found it difficult to clean it. Tamil asked, sir, ஏன் சார் பிச்சைக்காரங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் ஏசியில் ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறாங்க, ये भिखारी लोग फर्स्ट क्लास एसी में क्यों ट्रैवल करते हैं सर? Oh, that was a terrific shock for me to hear from an ordinary laborer. Do you feel? Ask your own conscience. Do you feel? If you don't feel, all our charities are trash. If I ask one question again, because I know her name, Lata, I am asking her, don't take it that I have got any special relation or anything. Latama, if I give you a lifetime achievement for you, because you are the mother of your family, taken care of Vikram, your children, another thing, will you feel happy? You will feel happy. My mother will never feel happy. No mother considers taking care of the family or her children as a lifetime achievement. It's a pure nonsense. Love doesn't expect anything in return. When you have love in the heart, you don't seek like a beggar, you go on giving. When you don't have love in your heart, you never give, but you go on seeking like a beggar. Why should it be a lifetime achievement for a soldier to give his life for the country? Do you think if tomorrow Rotary Club calls me and tells Swamiji, you are a successful sannyasi, we will give you a lifetime achievement award? I will say, damn you on your award. I am having passion, I have love for this life. I don't do anything for your reward or your prize or your encouragement or motivation. It is my life, my prana. Why should I expect anything in life? No mother expects anything from her children, then only she is a mother. Otherwise she is a bother. My mother, even when I stepped into the life of sannyasa, first she was little sad, then she told, my boy, don't feel sad for me. You have stepped up on the domain of Maya. I feel so happy. I bless you. Go ahead. So she is so full of sacrifice. She is able to sacrifice her everything for other people. What a beautiful sentiment. That is why in India, mothers are worshipped like God. When I was in college, I was born in Bollywood, so all the fashionable things were there. In the college, the students have got their own mischief. They will be writing all funny and mischievous slogans on the bench. On the bench where I was sitting, one slogan was written. It's not for lecture, I am telling. It happened in 1975, I still remember. God created this world, and then when he entered the world and saw there was nobody like him, then he created mothers. Is it not? See, what a beautiful sentiment. That is why in India, mother worship is one of the dominant form of spiritual practice. Sri Ramakrishna was a worshipper of Mother Kali. Not only that, he saw every woman as goddess. That is a fantastic achievement, and I am going to tell whether Rotary Club can spread this message. Because India is suffering, not only India, whole world is suffering from ill treatment and harassment to women. Can we take this one of the charity works of spreading this tremendous thoughts, how to honor and respect women? Dhanam is not only medical treatment or giving something else. Vidya Dhanam, then comes the Jnana Dhanam. So, this feeling is the great door opener for all the extraordinary spiritual things to happen in this world. But it's very difficult to come to this spiritual level because we are all bound by our physical and psychological restrictions. Once we can step out of the confines of this extraordinary picnic spot into which we are 24 hours going, the me and the mind element in us, that is the greatest picnic spot, tourist spot. Constantly we are thinking about us only. The real charity comes out when you can step out of the confines of your own individuality. Once you can step out of the confines of your Vyaktitva, It's not a hard thing, it is a difficult thing, but not an impossible thing. That was the Indian culture in the ancient days. We can do it. If I as a sannyasi can do it, you also can do it. Partially you are doing it at the physical level. How to step out of the confines of individuality? Can we come into the state of indivisibility? If you can come into the state of indivisibility, it is not impossible, I am telling you, it is difficult. But once we start spreading the idea, floating the idea into the atmosphere, you too can do it. Long years before, we found it difficult to stop a man smoking cigarette in the train or bus. Is it not? Is it not? Once I remember, I asked one of the man in the first class AC, I told, don't smoke. Open the door and let the smoke out of the door. Swami, you first go and sleep. Because I was sleeping, I could not sleep because your dirty smoke is entering the compartment. Are you not sensible? Don't you feel that people are sleeping and your entire smoke is coming inside the compartment? They are suffocating. He was very arrogant. Then I shouted, then ultimately you have to throw the smoke out, cigarette out. So as you start spreading the idea, this is called jnana danam. Giving money is at the lower level. It is called first annadanam. Then comes the arogya danam, the medical charity. Then comes the vidya danam. You are doing the educational charity. Then comes the tremendous and the most potential danam charity. Why I am talking is one Mr. Chandrasekhar associated with you, Rotary Club. It was Swamiji gave some ideas. Otherwise, I asked him, what is the role of a sannyasi here in this platform? It was ideas create revolutions. That is why the company took the word idea. This message is from Swami Vivekananda's passage. Ideas are the seeds for revolution. It is communistic ideas, Christian ideas, Buddhistic ideas, Marx's ideas, Gandhiji's ideas, Vivekananda's ideas. Ideas rule the world. In one place, Vivekananda says, democracy is an illusion. What a beautiful observation is it. Democracy is an illusion. Few men's ideas rule the world. Karl Marx, Lenin, Buddha, Christ, Jesus, Krishna, Vivekananda, Gandhi. We are all simply followers. Is it not? So democracy is a myth. So if you have that feeling and you can step out of the confines of your own personality, that is the beginning of real spirituality, real charity, and real transportation into the state of ecstasy. I will transgress and quote one small incident which happened more than 50 years before. Officials of either Rotary Club or Lions Club or JC or Inner Wheel Club, they had a meeting long before. In those days, airport didn't have so much of security system. You can easily go near the plane also. I have gone and I wished this one, see up to Swamiji's. There was no security arrangement. So once these Lions Club or Inner Wheel officials, they got late of a meeting and they were running to the airport with their briefcases in their hand. While going at the gate of the airport, there was a small girl selling oranges. One of the officials hit the basket of that small girl and they were all running because the flight was about to take off. The basket fell down and the oranges got scattered on the road. And one official coming from behind, he saw that oranges have been scattered and all other officials of that particular club, they were running to catch the flight. He saw that and suddenly noticed that the small girl who was selling the oranges, this is a real incident. This is mentioned by Shiv Kera in his book, his famous book, I am forgetting the name, You Can Be. He just stood and saw that the small girl was blind. He kept the briefcase, collected all the oranges, put it into the basket, and then put one $10 note. And he told, so sorry girl, they have gone, but I asked sorry, apology. As he was rushing, suddenly the girl shouted, are you God? You too can become God. What a beautiful sentiment is it not? The blind girl could not see who he was, but the simple act of feeling. What a fine sentiment is it not? That is the celestial aroma of human heart. The The feeling for others, that is called sacrifice. That is what yesterday Balasubramanian mentioned. Difference between service and seva. In seva, you are nowhere, the other man is in the prominence. All the officials ran away, and this one official of the Lions Club or Rotary Club picked her doll and just put it into her basket, and within few seconds he was transformed and he became God. Vivekananda says, you might not have gone to any temples, you may not put any religious symbol on your forehead, you might not have chanted any sacred text, you might not have taken bath in any of the sacred rivers. If you are unselfish, then you are spiritual. Ask this question, are you unselfish? Self-abnegation is God itself. What a tremendous statement, is it not? This is what, now I have to be practical and sensible because time is over. This is what makes charity a spiritual act. With 2-3 points I will wind up my talk. So can we do this Jnana Danam as charity? To Mr. Vikramji and others I am asking. 3 important points. We can spread the idea. Spreading the ideas are also part of Dhanam and charity works. Can we, yesterday your International Rotary Governor, what was her name? Mrs. Tatniya. She told we could not bring peace into this world, is it not? In spite of all our activities, that peace can come once we spread the idea. Let the cerebral take the idea. The first idea we can go on hammering, and for which Swami Vivekananda was acclaimed in the United States. All religions are equally valid paths to realization of God. It's a tremendous statement, and this is the future vision. We not only tolerate all religion, but we accept all religions as true. Because most of the differences, the discriminations are arising out because of this one single label called religion. Religion is only a path, no religion is God. You have to understand, religion is only a margam, not God. God is one called by different names. Sun is called by Surya, Suraj, Suryan, but it remains the same truth. Similarly, God is one, the paths are different, one need not fight over the margam path. Path is not God, Hinduism is not God, it is only a path. Islam is not God, Islamism is only a path. Christianity is not God, it is only a path. Why do we grown up, well-meaning, educated people fight on this insignificant thing called the path? This idea must be spread as Jnana Danam. Then that becomes a tremendous initiative to spread the peace in this world. It may succeed, may not succeed. The second one is, as part of the nation building and individual character building, can Rotary Club spread this tremendous idea? I am proud to call myself an Indian. Mother and motherland both are equally significant. I am proud to call myself an Indian, irrespective of whether I am a Christian or Muslim or Parsi or a Sikh or any religion I belong, irrespective of whether a Nair or a Brahmana or a Shudra or a Kshatriya or any caste, any language I can speak. Can we give the feeling that we are one as Indian? This is also, as idea has to be floated, Isha Bhakti and Desha Bhakti must be combined. What is there if you are a Christian? You are an Indian, I love you. What is there if you are a Muslim? Are you not an Indian? I love you. What is wrong? And then this has to be first spread through great people in this country, through cinema actors, through players, through sportspersons, through officials. As we go on talking about this, like stopping the cigar smoking in the train, the younger generation will slowly absorb, the words will go into their ears, into the brain, then it will sink into the heart and mix with the emotion, and the commotion will stop. The next is what I had already mentioned. Can we teach our own younger generation the tremendous significance of women in our life. Woman is equally valid and honorable partner in our life. Can we teach the youngsters the art of respecting, regarding and honoring women of our country? If these 3-4 ideas can be taken up for spreading among the youth, among the generations, among the citizens of India, that will start the next magic on the next dimension for Rotary. I think it is Mr. Bala, is it not? Yesterday you were mentioning again and again about the magic of Rotary. Revolution is not only at the physical level, it can be at the psychological level and also at the spiritual level. This Jnana Danam is one of the tremendous and the highest valuable charities that can be done. Spread this tremendous life-giving, nation building, character building, individual building ideas. What is wrong in doing that charity? And if you ask me what we are doing, in addition to living that life, we are going on spreading this message. This is called Jnana Danam. I conclude expressing my gratitude, feeling of the heart to Mr. Bala and Roma, to Sri Vikramji and Lata and all the wonderful officials associated with the Rotary Club and its activities for mitigating the sufferings of the humanity at large without any discrimination. That is a tremendous achievement. You don't bother about whether somebody is a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or whether he is a Malayali or a Konkani or Kannadiga, is it not? It's a tremendous activity that is going on all over the world. The same activity can be taken to the next dimension for the wonderful magic of Rotary to work upon it. And it was for this purpose Swami Vivekananda came into this world. And it was told that he put the European nations on the crossroad of thoughts. Is armament alone the way of living? Can there be a concept of global citizenship? Can there be a concept of universal religion in one place where all the Hindus, Muslims, Christians and all other religious people can come, congregate and celebrate God? Then that is called Nava-Vaibhava. That Nava-Vaibhava comes with heart transplantation, heart enlargement, thought transplantation and feeling for others. May all auspicious things come to all of you. May Rotary Club in its tremendous work for removing the sufferings of the humanity succeed and enact its great magic once for all. Thank you. Hari Om. May peace be to all of you.
I request Principal Swamiji to remain on the desk. We have on the desk with us DG Abbakka. May I request PDG Dr. Nagarjun to come on to the desk, along with our own Rotarian Anand Chandra, Assistant Governor Zone 9, along with I am sure all of us here would agree that Puja Swamiji's message has been a very powerful and an inspiring one. He has instilled in us the confidence to become God, along with sending us a powerful message to respect women. May I request Swami on the stage along with all the other dignitaries. Continuing the theme of spirituality through service and the Bhava-9 tradition of honoring silent warriors, it is now time to felicitate two silent warriors, Ms. Tabassum and Ms. Sushma. May I request our Rotary Club Devanagar member, Sakita Anandan, to escort Ms. Tabassum onto the dais. Has devoted for socially elected girls, ensuring their health and well-being. Supported by community contributions, Tabassum has been recognized by Rotary District 3181 as a silent warrior hope and a bright future. The other person that we will be felicitating today is Ms. Sushma.
ಅವರಿಂದ ಬಯಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು
ತಬಸ್ಸಮ್
ದೇಹದೀಪ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕಿ. ಎಳೆಯ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆಯ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡ ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವುದರಿಂದ ನಿವಾರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದೆಂದು ತಿಳಿದು ಸ್ನೇಹದೀಪ ಎಂಬ ಅನಾಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಆಶ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದಿರಿ. ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮದಲ್ಲದ ತಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಗೆ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮವರಿಂದಲೇ ಅವಮಾನಕ್ಕೊಳಪಟ್ಟು ಸಮಾಜದಿಂದ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹದೀಪ ಆಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಊಟ, ವಸತಿ, ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಅನುಕೂಲತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅನುದಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯದೆ ದಾನಿಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸುಮಾರು 14 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಸರಿಸುಮಾರು 60ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಆಶ್ರಯವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟು ಸಾಕಿ ಸಲಹುತ್ತಿರುವ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ 3171ರ 2025ರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ ಎಂಬ ಬಿರುದನ್ನಿತ್ತು ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ.
ನಾವು 2013-14ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಮತ್ತು ಗುರಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು NSS ರಾಜ್ಯ ಮಟ್ಟ ಮತ್ತು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹಾಗೂ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಾಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡೇಸಿಂದಲೇ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಗ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಅಸ್ವಸ್ಥ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ 5 ಜನ ಇದ್ದು ಈಗ 50 ಜನ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 11ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ದಾನಿಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದನೇ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ದಾನಿಗಳೇ ₹1 ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅದು ದಾನನೇ. ಆದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ದಾನಿಗಳಂತ ಇರೋದು ಇದೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ರೋಟರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅನಾಥ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕವರ್ಸ್, ಅಡಿಕೆ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ದಾನಿಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನೆಲ್ಲೂ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅನೇಕಾಧಿಕ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಕಾರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನು ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾನು PUC ಇಂದ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಾಶ್ರಮ DOT. ಸೊ ಆಗಿಂದ ನಾನು ಶಾಂತಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮಹಂಸರು ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದದ್ದು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಮುಗಿದು ನಾನು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡೋವರೆಗೂ ನನಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಬೇಕನ್ನೋ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಈ ಥರ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಜಾರಾದಾಗ ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡೋಳು, ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಂದ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಅದು ಇದಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತುಂಬ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರಿ ಕೆಲಸ
ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕಿ, ಹರಿಹರೆಯದ ಸವಿಕನಸುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಣುವ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಂಡ ನಿರ್ಗತಿಕ ವೃದ್ಧ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಜೀವನದ ಪರಿಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ಮರುಗಿದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಕೇವಲ 22ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಾಥ, ನಿರ್ಗತಿಕ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಅಸ್ವಸ್ಥ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ರಯದಾತರಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ನಿಲ್ಲುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿತು. ಇಂದಿಗೆ 14 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಜನಸೇವಾ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಬ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟುಹಾಕಿ ಅದರಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಗುರು ಎಂಬ ಅನಾಥಾಶ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸುತ್ತಿರುವಿರಿ. ಸುಮಾರು 25ರಿಂದ 30 ಅನಾಥ, ನಿರ್ಗತಿಕ, ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಅಸ್ವಸ್ಥರಾಗಿರುವ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ರಯದಾತರಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸುಖ ಸಂಸಾರದ ಆಶಯದ ಬದಿಗೊತ್ತಿ ಅನಾಥರಿಗೆ ಅನ್ನದಾತರಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅನುದಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ನೆರವಿನೊಂದಿಗೆ ನೀವು ನಡೆಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಈ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಹಾಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಶಂಸನೀಯ. ಎಲೆಮರೆಯ ಕಾಯಿಯಂತೆ ಸದ್ದಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸೇವಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಟರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ರೋಟರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ 3181ರ 2025ರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ ಎಂಬ ಬಿರುದನ್ನಿತ್ತು ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ.
Thank you, Rotarian Kiran Prasad Rai, for reading the citations. It is now time to felicitate our silent warriors.
ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಶಿಲುಬ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡಬೇಕಂತ ಆಶ್ರಮ. ಆ ಸುಷ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, MSc ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ತನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸುಖ ಸಂತೋಷ ಏನು ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೆಲ್ಲ ಬದಿಗಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಗತಿಕರ 33ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಗರಿಕರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಆ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಅಸ್ವಸ್ಥ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಂದ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ನುಂಗಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ನಗು ನಗುತ್ತಾ ಆ 33 ಜನರ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗೌರವವಾಗಿ ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕು.
Ladies, gentlemen, Rotarians, can we give them a warm round of applause, please? Rotarian Ashwat of Rotary Club of Chamarajnagar, please come on to the dais. Yes, he's coming.
all these senior Rotarians, they have put up their all these senior Rotarians, they have put up their valuable 50 years of Rotary service for the community. They need a big round of applause.
Doing the honors of recognizing the boy in the senior Rotarians. Recognizing them for their selfless saving in the years of Rotary.
I request District Secretary Ritesh Bhatia to kindly come for the group photo.
A time to cherish, a time to remember. This is for kids. A big round of applause, please. Thank you, Rotarians, and thank you, dignitaries, for doing the honors. As our dignitaries take their place in the audience, this is Dr. Anita Ravi Shankar, Rotary.